Hello everybody, Sheriff Edenfield here with Mr. Bill Frye, the President of the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch. I'm going to talk to you for a few moments today about our upcoming golf tournament, and it's solely to benefit the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch. The golf tournament is going to be out at the Indian Springs Golf Club on September 17th. Lunch will be provided, start at 11 a.m., tea time around noon. If you're interested, we still have some slots open, and in order to get your name on the list, you contact Miss Sydney via text or call. Mr. Bill, tell us a little bit about the Sheriff's Ranch.
I'd love to tell you about the Sheriff's Ranch, Sheriff. We were started by the Sheriffs. We were started back in 1957 with a group of Sheriffs thought, you know, we need a place for boys at the time. And we have boys and girls there now at our Boys Ranch in Live Oak, but they thought we just need a good place, a good home, where we build some strong family foundations and we can prevent delinquency. And that's how we got started. From that very early beginning, when we had 24 kids living in a cottage, and we no longer have 24 kids living in a cottage, we now have 10 with their house parents, and we have a school on the campus, we have chapel, our four cornerstones are work, study, play, and pray. But the idea is to bring kids into a loving home environment, give them the skills necessary for a successful life. The beauty about the ranches is that we're primarily donor funded. We're not a government-run agency. We just, in fact, started going from a public school system to a private school system at the Boys Ranch, where we are incorporating our faith-based message. That study, work, study, play, and pray, that pray word means a lot to us. And in fact, I'm excited to say to the group that part of the pray and part of our chapel service is going to be every Wednesday. The whole campus, as part of the school curriculum, is going to come together at our chapel and learn more about God. And so,
Mr. Bill, I'm a person of faith, and if God's in it, you can't go wrong.
Amen. Amen. And so, but we've since our inception back in the 1950s, back when the sheriff started, we have reached over 166,000 boys and girls. And really, this is what this golf tournament is about. It's about serving boys and girls and helping us meet their needs.
We're honored and privileged to be able to do this for you guys. And again, like you said, you're mostly funded off of donors.
Yes, sir.
And this is just a way of us to give back. Have you ever had any kids in the program from our area?
Yes, we have. We've got a young lady. The most recent one was a girl named Callie, and I won't give her your last name, but I can tell you that Callie came from a very dysfunctional home, and she successfully graduated high school with us. She's going to college. She's a part of our scholarship program. She lives at the youth villa where we have our scholarship houses, and has become a very successful young lady. And she's just one example, but that's one of the most recent young ladies.
Tell us about the Florida Gator grad, the football grad. I'm a Gator fan, by the way.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That came through the program.
And you live close to Tallahassee. But you're talking about Thaddeus Bullard. And Thaddeus Bullard, a.k.a. Titus O'Neill. Now, Thaddeus came to us from Miami-Dade County. He was 13 when he came to us, and he had a lot of issues. In fact, Thaddeus would tell you the issues he had were pretty devastating. He has said this, so I don't mind saying it publicly, because he has said it. He is a product of rape. His mother was raped at age 13. And had Thaddeus, but there was a lot of issues being such as the young mother. And Thaddeus came to our summer camp program, which we operate throughout the state. We work with thousands of children. Once again, it's all privately funded through our summer camp programs. But Thaddeus first came to us through our summer camp, then went to the Boys Ranch, where Thaddeus burned through every cottage we had on that campus until the very last one, and that was Mom and Pop Davis. And what makes this such an interesting story here is that not only did Pop Davis say, Thaddeus, we're not giving up on you. This is the last chance hotel, but we're not giving up on you. But Pat Minot, who was the program director at the time, he has since passed, told Thaddeus, and Thaddeus tells this all the time, he said, a lot of people want to give up on you, Thaddeus, but I'm not, because there is no such thing as a bad kid. There's just bad actions. And I'm going to love you and care for you. And that's turned that young man around. So he went, he played, he wore Coach Furrier's number, and he played for 4 years. He was vice president of his alumni. for the Student Council, or Student Government Association. And then went on to play for the Jags for a short time, but got injured, couldn't do that. Went on to play some arena football, but he found his niche as a WWE wrestler, so he is a WWE superstar. He gives back to the ranch, and that young man has traveled all over the world. He's got 2 teenage sons, and when we had one of the hurricanes coming through Pinellas County, where do you think Thaddeus brought his family? He brought him to the boys' ranch. He brought him to the boys' ranch. He brought his mother and his kids to the boys' ranch because he said he knew that they would be safe there because he had to go to an event in California.
Wow. Well, my first experience with the boys' ranch was probably 15 years ago. My family and I, we went over to the open house that you have in the fall every year, which I think you're going to move it to February.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we took our horses and have a big horse show and a lot of events. And so I got to see a little bit about what it was about. And so as Sheriff of Jackson County, I pledge my support to your ranch. I've been over a couple of times and I see what you're doing. And the fact that you put God in the middle of it, you have my support.
Well, I'm very grateful for that, Sheriff. And I'm very grateful for the fact that the sheriffs, in the past had the insight and the foresight to create something like the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranches. There are 3 other Sheriff Youth Ranches in the nation, and they were all started because of what the sheriffs of Florida did.
Here in Florida.
And so you're certainly part of the legacy, and what you're doing here and helping raise money for our boys and girls. There's, to me, nothing more important.
Absolutely.
As to doing that, because we are producing good citizens. And the open house, I would encourage people to come out for our open house. It's the last weekend of February. We changed it to the hurricane season, but it's the last weekend of February, and we got on Friday nights, it's rice perlo, and if people don't know what rice perlo is, it's chicken and rice. Yeah. And the deputies cook it, but we have big vats, and it doesn't cost a penny. You get all the chicken and rice. You do have to pay an entry fee for parking. And then we have a barbecue dinner on Saturdays, and we have a big horse show, a big grand opening, which you've been a part of and seen. There's barrel racing and My Buddy Pickup. It is just a fun event. And then on Sunday morning, you either get to hear me or somebody else preach.
My plan is to be there, Mr. Bill.
Amen. I look forward to having you.
Awesome.
You got to bring the whole team.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got the horses ready.
All right.
Sure. But guys, remember, September 17th, there's a few slots left, and sign up. It's a 3-man scramble, and all the proceeds are going to go into benefit of our Sheriff Youth Ranch. Thank you, and God bless.